Hey everybody, Ranshin here, bringing you yet another StarCraft commentary. This is going to be set 3 of WoongJin Stars against SKT1, and I know I'm saying that way too early because this intro is long. But it's going to be set 3. SKT1 are currently leading 2-0, and we have GGplay against TheZerg. So here's a chance for the Stars to take back a game. TheZerg, a recent acquisition by SKT1 because their Zerg lineup has been doing crap, but not that he's a real addition. He was at one point, thought to be, for some reason, a lot of people thought he was going to be pretty good, but then he wasn't, and that was the end of that. He's only lost for SKT1 yet. We'll see how we do in this ZVZ. 4, 3, 2, 1... Go. ZVZ is actually TheZerg's worst matchup. He's like under 30% or something in there. GGplay is about 52% versus Zerg. All of his matchups are actually over 50, so it's pretty good there. So this is Requiem, and we're gonna have GGplay in yellow at 12 o'clock, and TheZerg in green at 3 o'clock. Requiem is a very interesting map in that your main is on the low ground, and you go up a ramp into an expansion for the high ground. Pardon, it was orange, not yellow. Ooh. But anyway, yeah, very interesting in that you, if you're gonna turtle yourself off into your main, you're screwed pretty much, because then you have to fight up. And that's incredibly difficult to do. But usually as a Zerg, you don't really face that problem because, Zergs need to expand a lot more than faster, quicker, and more than the other two races. So if there's any race, it's Protoss often that find themselves having to fight up ramp, and that's not good. But yeah, anyway, the Zerg is gonna scout GGplay first, and GGplay is gonna scout wrong. He's gonna, as soon as that Overlord spots that there's nothing at the 9 o'clock, he's gonna be forced out to send out a drone. And actually, the Zerg, I thought he was gonna send out a drone for some, but probably to scout. But then he realized with his Overlord, but then he scouted with his Overlord and figured, I don't need to. He saw GGplay's Overlord coming his way. So the Zerg is going for a hatchery inside of his main and following that up with a spawning pool, while GGplay is going for a 9 pull with an extractor. Yeah, 9 pull with an extractor, I believe it was. Might have been a 12 pull though, I missed it, but I believe it was a 9 pull. Could have been a 12 pull, I don't know. But yeah, so what this is going to do, Zerg is going to have slightly more production of units than GGplay, but GGplay is going to have much quicker tech. So GGplay is going to be able, yeah, there you go, Lair already, so he's going to have Mutalisks out much earlier than the Zerg. And I think the Zerg, I think this is part of the Zerg strategy. He's not going to allow GGplay to transition into Mutalisks. And if that does happen, he's gonna try to produce a lot more Mutalisks than GGplay, so that GGplay's superior micromanagement does not come into, does not become a factor. GGplay, of course, known for his incredibly good Mutalisk control, and GGplay now also going for a second hatchery. So he scouted the Zerg doing that, and he figures, I have the time, I have the minerals, he's not going to be able to attack me right away with a large amount of units, so I can just go ahead and expand. Well, not expand, but just add a hatchery to up my production. So if he goes for speed, GGplay is gonna have Zergling speed a lot earlier, and you see here that the Zerg is no longer mining gas, so he's apparently just mined gas for that Zerg speed, and he's gonna stay there. But GGplay already going for the Spire, so he's just gonna, those are just the mandatory Zerglings out there for him, just gonna try to make sure that the Zerg doesn't move out right away. But the Zerg, however, meanwhile, is just pumping Zerglings. I don't see, he's not mining gas at all. I don't see a Spire from him. I think this is exactly what the Zerg is going to do. He's going to try to take out GGplay before Mutilisks become a factor, but I think this is actually a big mistake by him. I think GGplay knows this is happening. GGplay should be able to hold this off. He should be able to hold down the fort, as we say, and as soon as he manages to do so, he's going to be able to pump out Mutilisks and quickly take care of all these Zerglings that the Zerg has out there. So I think but this is a big mistake by the Zerg here. They won't. Simple Zerglings will not win you a ZVZ unless it's very, you know, early Zerglings and it's heavy micro. There you go, engagement. There is the Zerg trying to move in, but GGplay with a nice little wall of Zerglings. They're just going to be able to pick off any Zerglings to go in. These are totally wasting. Both players losing a lot of Zerglings, but the Zerg wasting Zerglings much more because GGplay hasn't positioned very well. But GGplay might lose more Zerglings than he wants to, but more Zerglings now going in for GGplay, so he should be able to hold this longer. I think more Zerglings for the Zerg, but he has to wait much longer for reinforcements, while GGplay can simply reinforce a few Zerglings. And because of the position here, almost the Zergling managed to get in. Because of GGplay's positioning, this Zerg cannot move in, but this is what the Zerg needs to do. Oh, Mutilisks are now out, and that is it. The Zerg is screwed at this point. Yeah, quite a few Zerglings actually do manage to move in. Now he has to do some damage. If he doesn't do any damage right now, which he's not gonna do, he's gonna lose. Yeah. Setting down a creep colony with an evolution chamber, so he's gonna go for a spore colony to counteract those Mutilisks that are on the way. I don't know how effective this is gonna be. This is basically now the Zerg is just trying to hold on as long as he can. He's probably gonna go for the Spire. I don't really know what he can do at this point. The Mutilisks are gonna be able to take out all Overlords, and any Zerglings that try to move in just like that gonna be, you know, sniped by those Mutilisks. So now that I think about it, the Zerg has a lot more Zerglings and almost no Zerglings down for GGplay, so he actually has free reign over GGplay's drone line. But no, he moves around, goes for the hatchery instead. He's just the Zerg simply trying to move around his Zerglings, trying to envelop GGplays and trying to avoid those Mutilisks as much as he can, but he is doing a rather good base harass. I mean, those poor sunken colonies now down, so finally has to move back. Although he did, I think, kill a few drones. I don't see a lot of drones for GGplay there. GGplay forced to put down 2 sunkens. Although I think the Zerg could have been much more successful. This lair tech just going up now for the Zerg. I think what the Zerg should have been able to do there was a much better harass. I mean, GGplay does not have a lot of Zerglings in his base because he's producing Mutilisks now, and whenever he flies out with his Mutilisks, just like there, the Zerglings can move in and go free reign. He's gonna focus on that hatchery. He's gonna take out his GGplay's second production hatchery, and that's actually a pretty good idea because if he can slow down Mutilisk production, it is a good. He can take a slow advantage because he has a. And the hatchery is gonna go down. So the hatchery does go down. The Zerg now with a slight lead, I would say. Even though GGplay has fly units, he won't fly them into the Zerg's base with that spore colony there. At least not until he has critical mass. At least half a control group, I'm guessing, which I don't know if he has yet or not. Lair tech coming up very late for the Zerg. There's a few Mutilisks flying there, but they're not going to move in right away. They're going to be slightly supported by a few Zerglings. One Zergling there for the Zerg, just for scouting there. But the Zerg doesn't have not a lot of Zerglings either. So if he moves in with this, he would want to move in with those Mutilisks, but he can't because 2 spore colonies are there to be able to intercept them. Zerglings now moving around by GGplay, gonna take out 1 drone, but still